saber light and sword energy collided, sending sharp killing intent flying everywhere. The bright radiance illuminated the pitch-black sky like day, its light stretching between heaven and earth, swallowing the two people within it. Standing far away, Par Yunan was also struck by the overwhelming force, and in alarm, he quickly deployed a protective barrier. He was utterly shocked, not only because the young man's single saber strike managed to block the Wu Emperor level sword force, but also because he didn't lose ground. At this moment, half of Cao Yiting's body was split in two, the saber light from the heavens scourge overlord saber piercing directly through him. His physical body and meridians couldn't withstand the impact. All his vital points in Kai Si exploded. Cao Yiting's face was blank, as if he had lost his soul. He stammered in astonishment, "How can this be? Even reaching this stage, I still couldn't defeat you." His arm went limp, devoid of strength, and the cold bone sword slipped from his grasp and fell. The long sword twisted with a thud as it plunged into the earth. His body completely disintegrated. He closed his eyes with a look of unwillingness. Lai Van Tu took the full force of the rebound, the sword light scattering, as a stream of cold energy quietly infiltrated his meridians. In an instant, it spread throughout his internal organs, causing him to spit out a mouthful of stagnant blood. Even with immortal golden body, he suffered significant injury from the single sword strike. His expression darkened, and his eyes revealed a slight sigh. Cao Yiting truly was exceptional among the younger generation. Had he not encountered me, his future would have been limitless. The previous move was evenly matched. The only difference was that my body could endure the destructive sword energy, whereas he lacked the immortal golden body and was destined to perish when his body shattered. He waved his hand gently, and the icy cold sword held immediately disappeared into his body. This object, along with a common imperial artifact, was a supreme profound artifact Chu and Kai used to suppress the old emperor. Although both were rank 9, its power far surpassed the North Sky Cold Star Sword. It was truly impressive, eliciting gasps of admiration. Par Yunan finally regained his senses at this point. He rushed over breathlessly, praising continuously, "Friend, you truly hide your strength well. You even eliminated a Wu Emperor-level demon." Lai Van Tu glanced at him and said, "I have something I need to ask. The Zhu Yan's group reached Demon Peak yet? Did they run into any problems?" Par Yunan laughed and replied, "Don't worry. With Lord Zhu and the masters from the Yuan division standing guard, what demon would dare to cause trouble? There are over 10 Wu Emperors alone. That force would be considered top tier anywhere on the continent." Lai Van Tu scoffed, "Naive. If nothing had gone wrong, how could Cao Yiting, who was only at the peak of Wu Venerable, have ended up like this? And even become demonized and returned here?" His expression suddenly changed. He turned his head back and saw Cao Yiting's corpse, which was supposedly dead, suddenly jump up. The wound on his chest was wrapped in a mass of demonic energy that continuously mended itself. Over time, the demonic energy gradually took shape. The ferocious face still bore some resemblance to Cao Yiting, but its aura far exceeded his previous state of demonization. Par Yunan went pale, crying out, "He's not dead yet," and quickly hid behind Lai Van Tu. Lai Van Tu also turned pale, angrily scolding, "This demonic energy is truly tyrannical. It doesn't even spare the dignity of the dead, tormenting them even after death." Lai Van Tu's body tensed like a bowstring. He was about to summon his disciple to join the battle. Suddenly, the fur, which had been quiet, began to change. The surrounding leaves opened wide and gathered together to form a gaping mouth. It opened its mouth and swallowed the demon whole. The leaves continuously contracted and expanded as if chewing, making a crackling sound of breaking bones that sent shivers down Lai Van Tu and Har Yunan's spines. Lai Van Tu flared up, cursing, "This is utterly bizarre." His glabeller opened, and Phoenix Divine Fire shot out to burn it. He worried that ordinary attacks might not be enough to deal with this strange fruit. All things fear flames, let alone the Phoenix Divine Fire. The demonic core fruit did react, spraying out large amounts of demonic energy to envelop its body. The demonic energy formed an outer barrier that prevented the true Phoenix Fire from burning it. This was truly hard to believe. Lai Van Tu gritted his teeth and shouted, "I don't believe I'm stumped by a mere piece of fruit." As his thought shifted, the world god steel shot out. Par Yunan, seeing him deploy another rank 9 profound artifact, could only click his tongue. More bizarre things are happening today than in my entire life combined. The world god steel hovered above the demonic core fruit, the power of the vast realm open, gathering infinite gravity and relentlessly pressing down, causing the entire space within the realm to twist and contort. This time, the demonic core fruit truly displayed fear. Innumerable tree roots burst from the ground as it tore free from the soil, shooting into the sky, intent on escape. HMPH, you think you can escape? Keep dreaming. Lai Van Tu waved his hand and hurled the world god steel at it. The world power on the steel suddenly manifested, roaring as it wrapped around the fruit and powerfully drew it inside. The demonic core fruit struggled desperately, like a fish caught in a net. But all struggles were futile. In the end, it was completely absorbed by the world god steel. Par Yunan licked his dry lips, thinking bitterly to himself, "My intuition tells me the thing is more than just a rank 9 profound artifact, but reason reminds me not to talk too much about things I shouldn't ask about." Just then, a deafening explosion echoed in the sky. Violent elemental power vibrations spread out. Par Yunan was startled, turning pale as he looked into the distance and said, "The direction where heaven and earth are changing color is where Lord Zhu Yan went. Could it be that he has truly encountered serious trouble?" Par Yunan called out anxiously, "Friend, Lord Zhu and the others seem to be in danger." We must hurry to provide aid. Lai Van T calmly replied, let me go alone. Your meager strength will only hinder me. Har Yunan knew he spoke the truth and awkwardly said, in that case, I will have to rely entirely on you, friend. Lai Yuxiao let out a soft sound, then looked at him and smiled. You accepted quickly. Now hand it over. Zir Yunan looked confused and asked, Pump. Hand over what? Lai Yuxiao said calmly, elemental stones, elixirs, profound artifacts. I'm lacking everything. Currently, my soul power and elemental power are both depleted and require urgent replenishment. If you truly want to save your section chief, hand over all the treasures on you immediately. Hurry up. Astonishing tremors continuously echoed from the horizon, showing how fierce the battle was, making hearts tremble. Not a few martial venerate experts were swept away by the aftershocks. The unlucky ones instantly turned to dust and vanished. Even those who were slightly more fortunate were severely injured, adding to their existing wounds. It became even harder to resist the invading demonic energy, after which a large number of martial venerates were demonized and corrupted. Everyone immediately stood respectfully behind the monarch. Po raised his hand, pointed forward, and spoke in an arrogant voice. Who will step forward next to die? Or should I call out your names one by one? Bold man over there, you look like their leader, don't you? A sharp cold light flashed in Zhu Yan's eyes. He said in a deep voice, no matter who it is, once demonized, they must be eliminated. Even am no exception. The purple-haired old man behind him immediately replied, Yes, sir. Lord Zur, let us test our strength against him. Another group of rogue cultivators charged forward, but they were true martial emperors, unlike the martial venerates from before. HMPH, even if more come, they're just ants. I'm sick of looking at them. That stupid Ngakangu, go play with them. The monarch was enraged. A demonic seal shot from his hand, flashed brightly, and burrowed straight into the Ngakangu's body. The monarch grabbed it with his 5 fingers and casually threw the Ngakangu straight into the middle of the battlefield. The Ngakangu, struck by the demonic seal, immediately transformed into a heaven-filling fierce wind, roaring and swirling as it swept downwards. 3 of the 4 martial emperors who charged forward were swept by the fierce wind and instantly withered into ashes, leaving only shriveled corpses behind. They looked as if they had been eroded and decayed by 10,000 years of time. Only one martial emperor survived, not because he was stronger than anyone else, but because he carried a profound artifact that countered the wind element. At this point, the fierce wind subsided, and a giant monster appeared beside the monarch, its body demonized into 3 heads and 6 arms, completely different from the previously docile Ngakangu. The scent shivers down the spines of onlookers, making them tremble with fear. Zhu Yan's expression darkened completely. He suddenly shouted, it's already been demonized. Can the demonic energy of this great demon corrode even the elements? The martial emperor sneered, the 9 heavens imperial aura is powerful enough to suppress demons and monsters. Even elemental transformations find it difficult to escape its suppression. Mysterious absolute hegemon seal. He roared. A square golden seal, glittering with golden light and continuously flowing patterns, condensed in front of him and struck fiercely forward. But it was only a final struggle. The Ngakangu opened its wide mouth, and without any hindrance, swallowed him whole. The terrifying scream echoed, then immediately fell silent, as if he had never existed. As time passed, a group of demonized people gathered behind the monarch. After that attack, the Ngakangu returned to its original form, maintaining the appearance of 3 fierce heads. The monarch curled his lip provocatively, looked at Zhu Yan, and laughed loudly. Next up is you, bold man. Zhu Yan's face was as unsightly as if he had swallowed black smoke. He immediately gave orders. Everyone, please try to buy me some time. I want to activate the lesser heavenly absolute array to suppress this demon leader. The 3 section chiefs looked solemn and asked quietly, Section chief, do you truly intend to use the technique? Yes. Everyone unanimously took the order. One martial emperor section chief shouted loudly, people from the sacred domain, follow the 3 of us to suppress the great demon. The rest go deal with those demonized martial emperors and that Ngakangu monster. The group immediately divided their tasks clearly. The battlefield expanded in an instant, with many Saint Realm experts luring the shark crocodiles away from the center. The 3 prime ministers wasted no time, charging directly at the demon sovereign and joining forces to encircle him. The demon sovereign's expression shifted slightly, then he gave a faint smile and said, this is rather interesting. The surrounding space actually gradually cut off his connection to the demon source, and even his ability to sense the old emperor was blocked. It seems the old man truly has some capabilities. Zhu Yan's formation was complete. Under his control, countless strange patterns appeared in the air, interweaving and shining together in a mass. The red-faced prime minister elder shouted coldly, Lord Zhu Yan's lesser heaven severing array is renowned throughout the continent. I fear no one can break it except for the Tangguan throne family. The 3 people continuously formed hand seals, and the sky transformed in response. Someone sneered, Demon Lord, your connection to the demon source has been severed. Let's see how you rampage now. High above, 3 Dharma idols hundreds of meters tall gradually appeared, their surging aura creating suffocating pressure. At the same time, cold chants echoed from the mouths of the 3 people. The immovable sword is like a mountain. The unflowing passage spans 1,000 miles. The unknown endures for eternity. Empty form opens the plain. 8 clouds reveal the sun. One sword pierces the sun as a hundred springs flow. Its might shakes the 4 seas and moves the rivers. The three Dharma idols held three different arcane artifacts in their hands, moving according to each incantation. The Dharma idols swung their arcane artifacts fiercely downwards, and surging sword energy directly attacked the demon sovereign. Continuous attacks poured in. Even if the demon sovereign had 3 heads and 6 arms, it would be difficult for him to handle them all perfectly. Shock and rage flashed in his eyes. These people were stronger by more than just one level compared to the martial emperors from before. They were even capable of inflicting damage on his body. Just then, a large hammer suddenly appeared above the demon sovereign's head, radiating brilliant divine light like the sun. The large hammer suddenly struck down, and the demon sovereign, unable to react in time, was hit by the blow and shot straight into the ground, where the impact created several deep holes. The demon sovereign was so enraged his face turned pale. He stomped hard on the void and shot back up, roaring fiercely, "Did you really think severing my connection to the demon source guaranteed victory over me? If it were that old useless emperor, perhaps you really could have controlled him." A violent aura erupted from his body as he charged directly towards the blue Dharma idol, while the other 2 Dharma idols immediately attacked from both sides. The demon sovereign lifted his leg and directly kicked away the 2 Dharma idols that were blocking his path. His offensive momentum did not diminish. He continued to strike straight at the 3rd Dharma idol. The 3 Dharma idols simultaneously collapsed, unable to withstand the impact. The demon sovereign had defeated these people relying solely on physical techniques. The martial emperor inside the blue Dharma idol revealed his true form and let out a painful groan, having clearly sustained internal injuries. This demon lord's strength is endless. The more he fights, the fiercer he becomes. A violent expression clearly appeared on the demon sovereign's face. This figure flashed and instantly appeared directly above the martial emperor's head. One leg stomped fiercely downwards. The kick sent him sinking straight into the ground like planting a radish. When the remaining martial emperor saw that sight, he wanted to rush forward in his heart, but his limbs had not yet moved. The demon sovereign flickered and in the blink of an eye, blocked the other person's path. He casually raised one hand and delivered a punch that sent him flying far into the distance. The 3rd martial emperor was still dazed and confused, and in the blink of an eye, found himself facing the demon sovereign's murderous expression, with a punch about to strike his head. At that very moment, Su Yan suddenly shouted, unleashing the heaven's radiance tracing shadows technique. He hovered in midair, pointed a finger, and the surrounding formation began to spin, emitting a strange power that seemed capable of altering heaven and earth. A crack suddenly split open high above, driving away the dark clouds, and a dazzling ray of light slowly shone down. As the radiance entered the world, overwhelming celestial might shook the demon lord's spirit. He looked up, staring intently at the beam of light in the sky. A feeling of impending destruction surged within him, an idea so absurd that even he found it ridiculous. He was immortal demon lord. How could he simply die? Su Yan's expression darkened. The minor perfection heavenly extinction array was his ultimate trump card, possessing unmatched domineering power. In his mind flashed the image of Lai Yingxiao, the mysterious youth who had once recited a few verses and shattered his ultimate card, even advising him to resist the great demon. Perhaps at the time, the youth already understood that only his single heavenly Tao rule could eliminate this fiend. With serene focus, heaven's radiance tracing shadows, all creation returns to the void. Vanquished demon Su Yan exerted his full strength to urge the array. That divine light finally descended, striking directly at the demon lord. The demon lord's complexion immediately changed in horror, and he hastily tossed out the ancient tower. A realm of power burst open, and the divine light radiated in myriad beams. And see, strange ancient incantations continuously flowed from the demon lord's mouth, and the demonic energy around him surged ceaselessly with the spells. Territory expanded from the 4 sides of the ancient tower, like a world slowly taking shape before everyone's eyes, precisely like an artisan meticulously constructing an exquisite model of heaven and earth. Su Yan watched, nearly popping his eyes out. One cried out in fear, is this evolving heaven and earth, unleashing the power of an entire world? Only a top-tier profound artifact can accomplish this. Su Yan, being a seasoned grand artifact refiner with profound knowledge of profound artifacts, tapped out of his brief stupor. One stammered, top-tier profound artifact. Heavens, what am I seeing? It truly is a top-tier profound artifact, and not an ordinary one. This moment is truly historic. Su Yan was so agitated that his heart pounded erratically, causing his concentration to waver momentarily, making the descending divine light falter, which shocked him. He realized this was no time for distraction. The opponent wielded the legendary top-tier profound artifact, shaking Su Yan's initial confidence. He quickly suppressed all extraneous thoughts and focused his power on controlling the array. The radiance plunged directly into the ancient tower, followed by a deafening, earth-shattering explosion. Boundless energy surged, and the demonic script world was instantly engulfed in a dazzling halo. The light spread across 10,000 miles. Lai Yingxiao said solemnly, if Su Yan's minor perfection heavenly extinction array didn't take too long to cast, back then, even if he didn't make the top 10 on the heaven and earth peerless ranking, he certainly secured a spot in the top 20. Then it kill him. The demon dragon transmitted a message advising him not to dream. He replied coldly, if that much could destroy the great demon, he wouldn't have been able to rampage until now. And we can only separate him and use the top-tier profound artifact to suppress each part. Power of this magnitude is at best equivalent to one strike from that skeleton. Lai Yingxiao frowned slightly and said, times change, heaven and earth transform. Those great demons suppressed long ago have likely weakened considerably. Perhaps the powerful beings of ancient times suppressed them precisely to create an opportunity to destroy them today. The demon dragon snorted disdainfully. Tame, who would believe such nonsense? Liu Xiao could only offer a wry smile. Even he found it hard to believe, yet he insisted, regardless, since the great demon took the brunt of that attack with the ancient tower, he must be seriously injured at least. At worst, I will seal him in the divine monument forever. After such a world-shaking strike, tracking their whereabouts would not be simple. Beneath the land of buried bones, the earth below had darkened into a dense, gloomy expanse. As Elder Dai and Huryen stepped in, they immediately felt a heavy pressure descending like an enveloping domain. Huryen exclaimed in slight alarm, "Master, could this be the residual aura of a ranked N divine realm expert? Even at my 4-star martial emperor cultivation, I feel overwhelming suppression, almost compelled to kneel." Elder Dai replied, "That is dragon breath. Divine realm experts are not rare, but this true dragon is exceptionally mighty among the true spirit clan. It cannot be compared to ordinary 10 directions true spirits." The two turned into streaks of light, swiftly moving through the dragon's killing aura. Elder Dai suddenly frowned slightly. He mumbled, "It seems we must quicken our pace." Furion asked, perplexed, "Master, what is wrong?" Elder Dai smiled faintly and said, "Lofsht, the dragon breath is flowing. It seems someone has arrived one step ahead of us." Deep inside the cave, a group of people surrounded a formation. Uchenian continuously performed techniques, striking the ground, causing the entire formation structure to gradually become visible. Panangayan said thoughtfully, "Back then, those who sealed the demon lord not only gathered the power of mountains and rivers into the dragon transformation pond and collected the dragon evil, but they also guided the dragon evil to converge right here. No wonder the demon lord hasn't escaped after so many years." Wythandone replied pensively, "I just wonder how much strength the demon lord has left after being sealed for so long." Just then, a massive amount of black demonic energy erupted from within the green light. "Dalling people!" Wythandone cried out in shock, "Lord Panangayan, this demonic energy!" Exclamation! Hanangayan's face, illuminated by the green light, began to twist with agitation. He changed color and burst into laughter. "A horror, true demonic energy. This is indeed the aura of the demon lord. The demon lord is right below us.